We're about ready to get underway here. Jimmy John Baum has it teed up at the 40, and he gets the kick away, and it's a high kick that's going to be fielded at about the 8-yard line. They fumble the ball, and it looks like the Colts are going to get on it. The Colts get on it back at about the 16-yard line. Number 9 for the Indianola Academy Colonels, that's Jones Bradley, along with number 10, Chris McLean, collided. Football fell to the ground, and Lee Academy coach, who was it, Rich? Philip Antisi. And he gets the kick away, and it's a high kick that's going to be fielded at about the 8-yard line. They fumble the ball, and it looks like the Colts are going to get on it. The Colts get on it back at about the 16-yard line. Number 9 for the Indianola Academy Colonels, that's Jones Bradley, along with number 10, Chris McLean, collided. Football fell to the ground, and Lee Academy coach, who was it, Rich? Philip Antisi, maybe?
I think it was Philip Antisi that recovered the ball. I really was kind of looking over to the Colts after that, and we're going to see Taylor Howell coming in is going to start at quarterback, it would appear.
So Taylor Howell will be at quarterback, and number 15, Joshua Brunt, will be the starting tailback, as we're going to try to sit Lunsford out tonight. Rhett Rusko breaks the huddle, and he's starting at center tonight, and he leads the offensive line out, and the Colts are in an I formation. Solovila's wide to the left, Spencer Foy is wide to the right. Taylor Howell is barking out his signals and will take it and run a pitch sweep to Joshua Brunt, and Brunt's going to dance, jump over at the 5-yard line, and going to get down close to the goal line. No, that's close to the 5-yard line. Runs the football down to about the 6, and is going to pick up about 9 yards on the play. Let's call it 8 yards on the play. 2nd down and 2.
Josh Brunt just taking a pitch sweep, pitch out from Taylor Howell. Taylor Howell's a bread and butter play, and just going over the right side. Pickup of 8 yards on the play. As Albert says, it's 2nd down and 2 yards to go.
Jimmy John Baum goes wide to the left. Spencer Foy is wide to the right. Colts are in an I formation. Tight end Flowers on the right-hand side. And there's a handoff to Joshua Brunt. And Brunt fights down for 1st down yardage inside the 5-yard line down to about the 1-yard line. Colts the benefactor of a huge break on the opening kickoff.
Fumbling the opening kickoff, points after turnovers is a big factor in any ball game. I particularly saw it last night.
I want you to know,
down in
Richard,
San Marcos, Texas.
If I'd have been broadcasting that game, we wouldn't have lost. High formation for the Colts. Brunt is deep. Dooley is close. Handoff off right tackle to Brunt. Brunt gets close to the goal line and
looks like he's scored or something.
Fumbles the football, and number 58 for the Colts just kind of picked it up and walks into the end zone. That's Sparky Luster. High formation for the Colts. Brunt is deep. Dooley is close. Handoff off right tackle to Brunt. Brunt gets close to the goal line and
looks like he's scored or something.
Fumbles the football, and number 58 for the Colts just kind of picked it up and walks into the end zone. That's Sparky Luster. So the football might have popped out of Joshua Brunt's hands, and Sparky Luster picked it up in midair and runs the final 8 inches into the end zone. And we'll have to wait till the Tuesday night rebroadcast on Graham Media and see how that went out. But Jimmy John Baum checks into the football game to attempt the 7th Lee Academy point of the night. Taylor Howell will hold. Graydon Flowers will snap. 10:56 to go in the first quarter. Colts have broken on top. Snap is back, and it's a good one. Jimmy John Baum kicks it up. It's good. Colts 7, Indianola Academy nothing. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Jimmy John Baum gets the kick away that's fielded by number 9, and he comes out over the 20-yard line. Is going to be tackled at about the 21 or the 22-yard line. Swarming Lee Academy defense led by Brett Solovila, along with number 79 for the Lee Academy Colts. That's Peter Williams. So good coverage by the Colts. Indianola Academy starts off from their own 22-yard line, trailing in the football game 7-0. Need to say hello. A few hellos to say back to town, Rich. I know one to Miss Ann.
Excuse me, I had my cough switch on. Yeah, I need to say hello to Jane and Tripp.
Indianola Academy breaks huddle in an I formation with now they break into a 1-back set, bring motion back to the left, and there's a trap to number 20, and the Colts are all over him. Hayden Glenn Hall, along with number 42 Dooley, number 54 Bobby Spinks, number 78 Caleb Donovan, all in there for the Lee Academy Colts. Threw the runner for a loss of about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 12 yards to go for Indianola.
Like to report we're getting a few more lights on that southwest light standard, but the other two across the way are about the same. That's okay though.
Indianola Academy breaks huddle, wide receiver to the left, wing to the right. I formation. Now they shift into a one-back set and bring motion back to the left. And there's a handoff to number 3, and he breaks out maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9 yards to go for Indianola Academy. Youngsters shaking up for Lee Academy.
That was Frazier Abraham on the carry for the Indianola Academy. 9:59 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 is the score here from Indianola. Lee Academy on top.
That's Spencer Foy shaking up just a little bit. He's up on one knee, getting tended to by the trainers.
Spencer Foy is one of the quarterback fill-ins, I believe.
Looks like he might have took maybe a knee to the side of the head or something, but he's up, walking off under his own power. 9:59 to go in the first quarter. Colts lead 7-0. My daughter told me the other night I didn't give the score enough, Rich, so...
we need to let them know it's 7-0. We need to give the score and the time, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. You can see the clock tonight,
So,
Albert.
Megan, the score is 7-0.
And 9:59 to go in the first quarter.
Indianola breaks huddle in an I formation. Colts are in a 4-man front. Now they shift into a trip receiver formation to the left. One running back. Straight back to throw is number 18. He throws it up incomplete. Intended for number 80 out there. That's Matthew Hodges. Coverage by Brett Solovila along with Chet Crook. Brings up 4th down and about 9 yards to go for the Colonels. 9:41 to go in the first quarter. Colts lead 7-0. 4th down and 9. The Colts will get their punt receiving team into the football game, which means Taylor Howell will be standing back inside of his own territory. They could punt this ball high, and that's where you couldn't see it, Rich.
They really could.
Taylor Howell is standing at about the 44-yard line awaiting the punt. And punting is number 18, Chris McCoy.
The quarterback.
Back, and it's a good snap, and the kick is away, and it is a low kick that's going to go out of bounds inside of Indianola Academy territory, and we'll wait and see where they spot it. So the Colts will have great field position again from inside of IA territory at about the 44-yard line. 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Colts lead 7-0. What happened to Dell State last night, Rich?
Well, they just played a good 1AA school, Southwest Texas State. Played them a heck of a ball game, too, leading 10-0 going into the fourth quarter, and let Southwest Texas on 2 turnovers, come back and score 17 unanswered points.
Lunsford's in the game at quarterback, so we weren't expecting to see him tonight. He's got Dooley close and Taylor Howell deep in the eye. They're in like a 6-man front. They're daring us to pass. There's a pitch sweep to Taylor Howell. Taylor Howell breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Down the sidelines he goes, inside the 30. Going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 27. So that'll be first down yardage for Taylor Howell inside of Indianola Academy's 30, down to about the 27.
Taylor Howell taking the pitch from Lunsford and coming toward us on the near sidelines. Picked up about 20 yards on the play.
Spencer Foy back into the football game for the Colts. So shaking up for a couple of plays and then comes back in. Colts are in a split backfield now. Wide receivers right and left, and they're in a 5-man front, and they're just daring us to throw the football. Lunsford straight back in the pocket to throw over the middle. Tight end Flowers, and it's a little bit overthrown. He had it, and Graydon just right off the end of his fingertips and brings up second down and 10 yards to go for the Colts, leading 7-0 with 9:24 to go in the first quarter.
Lunsford dropped back and put pretty good authority with that throw. Just slipped right through Flowers' hands.
Jeffrey Clark checks into the football game for the Colts, and he'll go wide to the right. Spencer Foy will be in the slot to the right, and the backs are in an I formation behind Lunsford. Tight end is on the left-hand side. They're in a 7-man defensive front. And we give it on misdirection of Taylor Howell, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, but probably thrown for a loss, maybe a yard on the plate. And Colts leading 7-0 with 9:10 to go in the first quarter. Let's call it no gain on the play. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. All of a sudden, it sounds like there's 50,000 people in the stands for Indianola as they have a recorded message saying defense. And we're in a split backfield and straight back to throw, and throws the football deep downfield. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Spencer Foy. A little fade pattern. The football was overthrown down at about the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 10 yards to go for the Colts.
And the Colts are going to go for it.
On 4th and 10.
Mr. Lunsford's gotten his instructions from the sidelines.
And the Colts break huddle and send Spencer Foy wide right. Jimmy John Baum is wide to the left. Tight end Flowers lined up on the right-hand side. Backs are split behind Lunsford. Straight back in the pocket to throw. He's going to be sacked. Number 44 for Indianola Academy blitz and sack Bradley Lunsford back outside the 30 at about the 32. So the Lee Academy Colts failed to convert on their second possession of the night. And Indianola Academy takes over, 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 32-yard line.
And young man Cody Jackson, I believe his name, Cody Johnson for Indianola, just came unchecked, jumped on Lunsford's back like the old bear and just wrestled him to the ground. So Indianola will take over now after stopping Lee Academy. They'll have it 1st and 10, moving from their own 32-yard line.
And they're in an I formation with a wing right and a split receiver left. They shift into a one-back set now, bring motion back to the right, and there's a pitch sweep to the tailback, number 10, McLean, and McLean's over the 40-yard line, is knocked down at about the 45. A good bit of running by Chris McLean, number 10 for Indianola Academy, and that's 1st down yardage at the 45 for Indianola. Their first down of the night.
First down of the night, and good play for the Colonels from Indianola Academy, just coming toward the near sidelines. A good series of blocking going on for him, and has it 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line.
Colts look a little flat, Rich. Indianola Academy in the eye. Colts still in the 4-man front. They shift into a one-back set now. Bring motion back to the right, and there's the same play to McLean. McLean this time is going to be tackled. Maybe a yard gain. Taylor Howell along with Peter Williams from his inside linebacker position. Taylor Howell from his safety position comes up and stops McLean after about a 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
Indianola brought motion that time back toward the near sidelines and ran the same play they just successfully ran, but Williams and Howell were standing the ground and were able to knock him down after a 2-yard gain.
Their quarterback is Chris McCoy. 2nd down and 8, one-back set for Indianola. Motion back to the right. McCoy's back to throw. They're trying to set, and chasing him is Dooley. He's in a lot of trouble. Throws the football downfield. It's going to be caught by number 34 for Indianola inside of Lee Academy Colt territory at about the 41. That kid's got a good arm, Rick.
Has an excellent arm that time. I tell you, he was chased out of the pocket. He was trying to set up look like a screen. As we said, he was running toward the far sidelines under pretty good pressure and just kind of stopped and threw it to about the 40-yard line, and his receiver was standing there kind of all by himself, and the Colts reacted to the ball rather slowly.
That was Luton Zapponi that caught that football, and Indianola Academy shifts into a one-back set. They bring motion back to the right, and there's a handoff, a fake. They missed the handoff, and McCoy is going to be tackled by Jimmy John Baum and is going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. That was a busted play, Rich. He missed the handoff and just took it what a good quarterback will do and run, try to get around the end. Colts were all over it. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him about a yard on the play, maybe a little less than a yard, but that's right. He just missed the handoff to his back and just tucked it under his arm and came toward us and was able to pick up, at least not lose yardage.
It's unusually dark.
Boy, it really is.
On this field.
6:45 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Lee Academy on top, and Indianola moving.
They're in an I formation, shift into a one-back set again. McCoy brings motion back to the left, and there's an inside handoff to number 9. He's not going to get much. Lee Academy Colts reacted well to the little inside trap there, and Peter Williams, along with Bobby Spinks, stopped the youngster for maybe a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 6:15 to go in the first quarter of the football game. Colts are on top, 7-0.
Water timeout.
Got a heat timeout called by the officials. We're going to take this break to take a word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Colonels, they trail 7-0. They're in a one-back set with 3 receivers to the left. Now they bring motion back to the right. Quarterback McCoy is trying to set a screen up. Has the screen set up, and he's in a lot of trouble. Now he breaks away. Now the Colts are on him and tackling. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, might not have. Graydon Flowers along with Peter Williams. Kevin Dooley all chasing him down there. Hayden Glenn Hall, good stop by the Lee Academy Colt defense. Just give him a yard on the play. Make it 4th down and 5 yards to go. Indianola Academy gets their punting team into the game, trying to take field position away from the Colts. And Taylor Howell, it's a good spot for a fake, Rich, will be standing at about the 10-yard line. Now they're going to shift into it, and it looks like they're going to go for it. They line up in a wishbone formation. Lee Academy coach jumped into the neutral zone. It looked like that was Caleb Donovan as Indianola shifted out of punt formation into the wishbone formation, Rich, and went on the hard count and drew us offside. Now, whether or not it gets the first down, we'll wait and see. Looks like they're going to have to call timeout for a measurement here. Rich is trying to fix his headphones. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have very good equipment. You know, this is a first-class operation up here, and we're having to do the broadcast with really and truly second-rate equipment. If you don't know the truth about it, Rich, what you think? Rich can't talk right now because he's trying to repair his headphones here. They stretch the chains out, and it's going to be short by about a foot. So Indianola Academy on 4th down and less than a yard, I'm sure will go for this here. 5:09 to go in the first quarter. Colts lead 7-0. Colts get Matt Dodrell into the football game along with an extra defensive lineman, taking out Baum and Brunn, our 2 outside linebackers. So we're in a goal line defense, and McCoy brings his football team out, and they're in a straight I formation. 2 tight end set. 4:54 to go in the first quarter. There's a handoff to the first man. He gets a first down inside the 30 down to about the 29.5-yard line. So the Colts are kind of back on the heels, Rich, and to be honest with you, a little bit flat.
Okay, I'm back.
Good.
Excuse me. How does this look?
It looks okay.
Looks okay. Okay.
First down and 10 yards to go from the Colonels for the Colonels.
I'm not going to say anything about the equipment.
From the Lee Academy Colt 30.
4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 7-0 the score. Lee Academy on top.
McCoy brings motion back to the left, and there's a pitch sweep to their fullback. And he's going to be fight inside of the 30-yard line down to about the 28 before Spencer Foy and Graydon Flowers bring him down and make it 2nd down and 8 yards to go for the Colonels. They trail 7-0, 4:13 to go in the first quarter of this football game.
But I tell you what, Indianola's had the ball a long time for this drive.
Colts got a terrific break on the opening kickoff. As they fumbled it, we recovered and scored in about 4 plays. And then they stopped us on our second possession. And now they're driving deep in Lee Academy Colt territory. Indianola gives it on the sweep to number 9. He's in a lot of trouble. And he's going to be knocked down back outside the 30 at about the 34. Peter Williams along with Rhett Rusko, number 55, all doing a good job for the Lee Academy Colts. Colts are shuffling a lot of defensive linemen in and out of the football game, Rich.
That was number 9 for Indianola. Jonas Bradley is a senior, but it looked like he started coming toward the near sidelines and then with his blockers, and then just on his own decided that, hey, it looked too crowded over that way. I think I'll turn around and go the other way, and it was too late then.
And then he saw Graydon Flowers in his sights and Rhett Rusko and didn't have anywhere to go, so down he went. 3rd down and 14 yards to go for the Colonels. Big play for their offense here early in the football game. 1 running back behind quarterback McCoy, and he's straight back in the pocket to throw. Throws it to the big fullback over the middle, and he's got the football inside of Lee Academy's 20. Down to about the 15-yard line. Just good play calling by Indianola, Rich.
Absolutely good play calling. Bring that fullback out of the backfield after the secondary had been cleared out, and he was all by himself there. Just a little drop pass over the middle from the quarterback. 1st and 10 for Indianola.
That was Luke Zapponi. He's made 2 big catches on this drive now. 2:49 to go in the first quarter of the football game. Indianola's having trouble getting a play in the game. Clock is moving with 2:40 to go. Coach leads 7-0, but Indianola Academy driving here late in the first quarter. They line up in a 1-back set. And the quarterback, McCoy, is under the center. and he gives the football to number 10, McLean, and he's going to be knocked down. There's a flag on the play.
Probably going to be a face mask.
Chris McLean was the runner, and let's see what the call is here. It's holding against Indianola. So their split receiver was holding our defensive end.
That's going to be 10 yards from the point of the infraction. It's going to move it back to make it about 1st and 20.
Colts will take this penalty, I'm sure, and back them up as far away from that end zone as we can. Although they lost about 2 yards on the play, they got to choose between 1st and about 20 or 2nd and 12. Colts are going to take the penalty. There's a 10-yard step off against Indianola Academy. 2:22 to go in the first quarter of the football game. Indianola trails 7-0. They've got it 1st down and about 20 from the Lee Academy Colt 28-yard line.
2:22 to go in the first quarter.
Let's call it 2nd and 22, as it was a point of infraction foul. Happened 2 yards behind the original line of scrimmage. McCoy straight back to throw, getting protection, nice breaking down. Throws it out here, it's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 80, his big tight end, that's Matthew Hodges. Coverage out there by Brunt, along with Dooley. Brings up 3rd down and 22 yards to go for the Colonels.
It would almost have made you think that he was setting up for a screenplay, the way the Indianola lineman just kind of hit and released, the defensive charge of the Colts.
2:02 to go in the first quarter.
And 2:22, 2nd and 22.
And they break huddle in an I formation. McCoy's under center, Colts in a 4-man front. Now they shift into a 1-back set. Bring motion back to the right. Pitch sweep to McLean. He's going to be thrown for a big loss. Number 65, Hayden Glenn Hall. Terrific defensive lineman for the Colts, Rich. Throws him back outside the 30 to about the 33. Boys under center, Colts in a 4-man front. Now they shift into a 1-back set. Bring motion back to the right. Pitch sweep to McLean. He's going to be thrown for a big loss. Number 65, Hayden Glenn Hall. Terrific defensive lineman for the Colts, Rich. Throws him back outside the 30 to about the 33, and it's going to bring up 4th down and a country mile.
Well, Indianola had it 1st and 10 from the 15, and now they're all the way back to
3rd down. I'm sorry.
All the way down back to the 30, their own 33-yard line. So they've been going in reverse here in the last 2 or 3 plays.
Colts bring Sparky Luster into the football game to replace Bobby Spinks. And Indianola Academy is going to call a timeout. Timeout is on the field. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. 6 to go in the first quarter. Colts on top, 7-0. But IA has held the football a long time. They got trip receivers to the left, and straight back to throws the quarterback, McCoy. He's in trouble, going to be sacked. Back out of the 40, back to about the 42-yard line. Graydon Flowers along with Sparky Luster. They got trip receivers to the left, and straight back to throws the quarterback, McCoy. He's in trouble, going to be sacked. Back out of the 40, back to about the 42-yard line. Graydon Flowers along with Sparky Luster. The 2 defensive ends sacked McCoy back outside of the 40 to about the 42. They've got to go like to the 6-yard line for a 1st down. So let's call it 4th down and 36.
Ball's going to be sitting at the Lee Academy 42-yard line.
They get their punting team into the game. Taylor Howell will be standing at about the 10-yard line. Quarterback McCoy is the punter. They shifted out of that and ran us a little decoy the last time they tried this. Snap is back. He gets it, gets the kick away. He's almost blocked by Solavila. Football is going to go out of bounds inside of Lee Academy Colt 20 at about the 16-yard line. Brett Solavila almost blocked that, Rich.
Well, I tell you what, they almost blocked the first kick of the night, and I think if they keep kicking, they will block it. 31 seconds to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Colts on top.
See who's coming in to play quarterback for the Colts. I see Brunt coming in at tailback. So it's going to be Taylor Howell at quarterback for the Lee Academy Colts. Jimmy John Baum will go wide to the left. Spencer Foy will be in the slot to the left. Joshua Brunt is your tailback. Kevin Dooley is your fullback. And Taylor Howell, looking at a 5-man Indianola Academy front, barking out his signals, is going to give the football to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley is going to get maybe a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Colts. That could be the last play of the first quarter, as the clock is running with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. That will be the last play of the first quarter. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. We're going to pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts. Out of the split backfield, Taylor Howell's going to give it to the fullback, Dooley. And Dooley's going to fight out over the 20-yard line to about the 22, the 23-yard line. Gain of 3 or 4 on the play. We'll wait and see where they spot it. Second quarter just underway. Colts on top 7-0. Let's give him about 5 on the play. Make it 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Lunsford checks into the football game, bringing out Brunt. Lunsford's going to see spot duty with that hurt ankle on 3rd down and 4.
More than likely, we'll be setting up a passing play.
Or a pitch to Taylor Howell. And they're in a 5-man front. And we're going to run a pitch to Taylor Howell, and he's in trouble. It's going to be swarmed under. Back at the 20. Loss of about 2 on the play. Brings up 4th down for the Lee Academy Colts. 4th down and 5. Colts get their punting team into the football game.
Indianola's going to have a good field position with this turnover.
It's obvious that they are geared up on stopping the run tonight, so the Colts may try to open it up here in just this next possession. If I had to guess, I would say that's probably what they were going to do. Jimmy John Baum is standing back inside of his 10-yard line at about his 6 to receive this snap from Graydon Flowers. And standing deep to receive inside their own 45-yard line is number 1 for IA and number 10. There's the punch off of the side of Jimmy John's foot. Takes a Lee Academy Colt bounce inside of IA territory and will go out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. So Indianola Academy will take over 1st down and 10 yards to go from their own 47. Lee Academy Colts look a little flat, Rich.
10 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the first half. Lee Academy leading 7-0. 7 points for Lee Academy coming off of that turnover on the opening kickoff of the game, where the Colts were able to recover it, and 3 plays later moved it into the end zone.
Indianola Academy gets their quarterback, number 18, McCoy, into the football game with a play from Coach Darren Bowling. Lee Academy Colts will be in a 4-man front with 4 linebackers. And they break huddle, send a wide receiver to the right and a slot to the right. Tight end is lined up on the left-hand side. They're in an I formation. Now they shift into a trip receiver formation to the right. And there's an inside trap to the tight end, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. That's Zapponi came from the tight end position on a little end around and stopped for no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 yards to go.
Bobby Spinks in on the stop that time for the Colts, holding his ground and just met Mr. Zapponi nose to nose, and no gain. 2nd and 10. Ball sitting at the 47 of Indianola.
10:03 to go in the first quarter of the football game. Colts lead 7-0. 2nd down and 10 for the Colonels. They break huddle, wide receiver right, slot right. Now they shift into the trip formation again. And there's a pitch sweep to McLean. McLean's being chased down by Donovan. Breaks into the secondary. He's going to be tripped up. He was a step away from taking that a long way, Rich. Kevin Dooley, from his inside linebacker position, goes over and stops him as he runs the football inside of Lee Academy Colt territory down at the 46-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. 3rd down and 3. .9:14 to go in the first half of the football game. They line up in a straight out formation, 2 tight ends, full house backfield. And McCoy is under the center and just going to give the football to the fullback, and he's going to fire out, plow inside of Lee Academy's 45 down to about the 42 or the 43. Going to be very close to 1st down yardage, depends on the spot.
Looks like it's going to be just short of a 1st down. I may be wrong, but looks like it's just short, about 1 yard short. Going to bring up 4th and 1. I'm sure we'll just see a little surge here trying to pick up that 1 yard.
4th down and 1 yard to go for Indianola Academy, and they try to draw us off sides again. 8.5 minutes to go in the first half of the football game. They line up in the straight I formation again. Colts are in a 6-man front, and they give the football to the fullback, and he's going to be tackled, and looks like he's going to have first down yardage, but not by a lot.
Not very, very much at all. If you look at the look at his spot that he's fixing to get, he's going to have it just by the nose if he has it at all.
They may have to have a measurement here, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to take time out for a measurement. It looks like he might have it. Larry Liddell has the field glasses on. What you think, Larry? He said it's too close to call.
He's not watching it right at the moment. But trying to see through the glare of these windows, I can't really tell too much.
As they stretch it out, it's going to be short, I think, Rich. And Lee Academy Colts take over. That was short by about 3 inches. So the Colts get their first unit offense back into the football game. Colts have held and take over with 8:04 to go in the first half of the football game, leading 7-0.
And looking rather sluggish right at the moment, but
need to get something going offensively. Lunsford will get into the football game for the Colts. As we're trying to get Lunsford as much playing time tonight at quarterback as we can. We're fixing to pass the football. I just know it. We line up in an I formation. Tight ends lined up on the left-hand side. And Lunsford barking out his signals, looking at a 5-man Indianola Academy front. And Lunsford's going to give the football to the fullback, and there's a flag on the play. I believe that's going to be a hold against the Lee Academy Colts.
Usually when it's thrown in the interior line like that, it's going to be a hold. Flag. The ball, forward progress, went to the 46-yard line. But
holding against the Colts is the call. That'll be a 10-yard step off. The Colts will be penalized back inside of their own 40. There's the spot right there just inside the 45. So it's a 10-yard penalty. Put the football just inside of Lee Academy's 35. They've got to go to IA's 47. So it's going to be about
17.
First down and about
17 yards. First and 17 for the Colts as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Spencer Foy goes wide right, and Jeffrey Clark is wide to the left. And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what this call is. Dead ball, illegal procedure against the Colts. So that's another 5-yard step off against the Lee Academy Colts. Center must have picked the football up.
That's the only thing that I know that could have happened right there, because they had not even gotten set yet. It looks like the center just went and picked the ball up off the ground and put it back down. It's going to be 1st and 25 now with 7:49 to go in the first half. Colts moving backwards by virtue of the penalties, 2 in a row.
Colts in a split backfield. Lunsford's under the center, straight back in the pocket to throw. Trying to set a screen up, and there it is to the tight end Flowers. Flowers fights out over the 35-yard line to about the 37. Gets a little bit of the yardage back that we've lost. From about the 29 to the 37, gain of about 8 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and about 17 yards to go.
Lee Academy has to move the ball inside the 47-yard line of Indianola.
Oh, we have another flag on the play, Rich. Another flag on the play. Let's see what this call is.
And it's going to be against the Colts again.
And it's a 10-yard penalty for holding against the Lee Academy Colts. So now we've got a long way to go. We're back inside of our 20 at about the 18-yard line, and we got to go to their 47.
Well, we've been penalized 25 yards in the last 3 plays, so.
Colts in an I formation. They're in a 5-man front. Lunsford's under the center, barking out his signals. They're showing blitz. He may be checking off. And we give the football to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley fights out over the 20 to about the 24. Colts have been hurt by the penalty bug on this particular series. 7 minutes to go in the first half of the football game. Colts lead 7-0. Dooley gets into the football game. That must have been Antisi that ran that football. I think it was, Rich. As Dooley gets into the football game now, replacing Antisi, and we're in a split backfield on 2nd down and 30. Straight back to throws Lunsford. Looking, throws it complete to Spencer Foy. And Foy is out over the 30-yard line to about the 34, but there's another flag on the play.
And it's thrown in the vicinity where you'd normally have holding. I tell you, it's tough to deal with.
Personal foul against roughing the passer. That'll be against Indianola.
And that'll be an automatic.
And that'll be an automatic first down again for the Lee Academy Colts. And that's tacked on to the end of the run. So roughing the passer call against Indianola will give Lee Academy Colts an automatic first down after a 15-yard step off.
Ball's going to be placed at about the 48-yard line of the Colts, which would still be short of their original need for a first down. But with roughing the passer of personal foul, it's going to be, as Albert said, an automatic first down. So Lee Academy will have it 1st and 10, moving from their own 49-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half, leading 7-0.
Brett Rusko, William Barron leads the offensive line out. Spencer Foy wide left. Jimmy John Baum is wide to the right. Backs are split on first down. Straight back to throw is Lunsford. Throws the football deep downfield. It's going to be incomplete. Intended for Jimmy John Baum. Just tried to beat him on the fly pattern. Covering was number 3, Frazier Abraham for Indianola. Good job on the defensive side of the ball that time by the Colonels. And there's a heat timeout, which is going to be taken by the officials. With this timeout, we're going to pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. William Barron leads the offensive line out with 6:18 to go in the first half of the football game. Spencer Foy is wide to the left. Jimmy John Baum is wide to the right. Straight back to throws Lunsford. Throws the football deep downfield, intended for Spencer Foy, and he drops it. Incomplete. Really a pretty well thrown ball that time, Rich. Spencer just ran under it, and good coverage by number 10 for Indianola. That's Chris McLean. Coach trying to go deep on back-to-back plays. Brings up 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Jeffrey Clark checks into the football game for the Colts, taking out Jimmy John Baum on 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Colts have to get the ball just about the 40-yard line of the Colonels.
They're in a 4-man front now. Now they're in a 5-man front. Straight back to throw. There's a draw play to Taylor Howell, and Taylor Howell's got running room. He's inside the 40, down to about the 36 or the 37-yard line. Will have first down yardage. Well disguised draw play, Rich.
Very good draw play that time. Taylor Howell taking the ball and really making first contact with Indianola about where the line is, about where he needed to be for a first down, but driving on another 3 or 4 yards. Lee Academy has it 1st and 10, 6 minutes to go in the first half.
Bradley Lunsford breaks huddle with his back split. Baum is wide to the right. Spencer Foy is wide to the left. Straight back to throw. Looking, throws the football. It's caught by Foy. Inside the Foy. Spencer Foy down the sideline is going to be drugged down. Inside of the 30. I meant to say, not inside the 40. Baum is wide to the right. Spencer Foy is wide to the left. Straight back to throw. Looking, throws the football. It's caught by Foy. Inside the Foy. Spencer Foy down the sideline is going to be drugged down. Inside of the 30. I meant to say, not inside the 40. Inside the 30, down to about the 24-yard line. First down yardage. Nice throw and a nice catch from junior quarterback Lunsford to senior wide receiver Spencer Foy.
Spencer Foy coming back to the ball and then turning back toward the sidelines. Only being collared by the jersey, or else he may have gone all the way.
And he's split wide to the right. The Colts are in an I formation. We give the football straight off tackle to Taylor Howell. Breaks a tackle into the end zone. That's Brunt. That's Joshua Brunt. He scores a touchdown. Sophomore tailback Joshua Brunt, number 15. The Colts are in an I formation. We give the football straight off tackle to Taylor Howell. Breaks a tackle into the end zone. That's Brunt. That's Joshua Brunt. He scores a touchdown. Sophomore tailback Joshua Brunt, number 15, broke the line of scrimmage at about the 24-yard line and runs it the final 24 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. Colts lead 13-0 with 5:36 to go in the first half. Joshua Brunt, Rich, is going to play a lot of football for this team before it's over with.
Well, I think last week we saw him in Kirk play a really nifty ball game himself. As you said, a sophomore, 190 pounds. Good moves, not scared to take a hit nor scared to give a hit.
Coach have had to call a timeout as we're unable to get our kicking
Get the shoe on.
strap on, but we'll wait and see here. It's 5:36. We'll just keep it right here. We'll take a break after this extra point attempt. Colts lead 13-0 with 5:36 to go in the first half.
You know, last year at this time, Lee Academy beat Indianola 34-0 up in Clarksdale. This series, Albert, started back in 1970. The overall series standing has Indianola leading 15 wins to 13. This is the 29th meeting in the series happening tonight. And I tell you what, we can remember some memorable games down here at this field.
Oh, man, I can remember one game at Indianola Academy Field where it was about 10 degrees. And they had set up heaters on both sides of the field and put a big shield of visqueen behind the benches to keep the players from freezing.
There had been a lot of games canceled for that Friday night, but we played.
We absolutely played. It was about 13 or 14 degrees at kickoff time. Wind was out of the north at about 15 or 20 miles an hour. Colts timeout is over now. Taylor Howell will hold. Jimmy John Baum will attempt Lee Academy to get Lee Academy's 14th point of the night. Graydon Flowers is your snapper. Snap is back. It's a good one. The kick is up. Lee Academy Colts lead 14-0. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Jimmy John Baum gets the football away. It's going to be fielded inside the 10-yard line by number 9. And right up the middle he comes. Coach corral him at about the 35-yard line and knock him down at about the 36. So number 9 for Indianola Academy, Jonas Bradley, runs the football right back up the middle, right where Mr. Starks ran it back last week against the Lee Academy Colts for Kirk for 99 yards, right up the middle, 95 yards. Colt defense will try to stop them now with 5:28 to go in the first half of the football game.
I'm back again.
You know, Rusty Bennett makes fun of me the way I say half. He says it needs to be half.
Rusty makes fun of you about that?
Yeah. There's a handoff to number 9, Bradley. Number 78 for the Lee Academy Colts, Caleb Donovan's going to knock him down. Might have gained a yard on the play. Probably didn't gain a yard, but we'll call it a yard gain. Second down and 9 yards to go. 5:13 to go in the first half of the football game. Colts lead 14-0.
Take a moment. Next week, Colts will have their home opener against Jackson Academy, Albert.
We'll be on the air at about 7:20 if we get our equipment right and if they don't have any technical difficulties at the station. But that's another story for another night. Lee Academy Colts are in a 4-man front. They shift into a 1-back set. They bring motion back to the right, and there's a pitch sweep to McLean. McLean is in a lot of trouble and is going to be knocked down for a big loss back inside the 30 by Joshua Brunt. And that 10th grader is playing him a football game here tonight. They bring motion back to the right, and there's a pitch sweep to McLean. McLean is in a lot of trouble and is going to be knocked down for a big loss back inside the 30 by Joshua Brunt. And that 10th grader is playing him a football game here tonight.
I was going to say Joshua Brunt, the one that just scored the touchdown, just drove into the backfield, and a loss of about 7 or 8 yards on that play. It's going to be third and 16.
I assume it wasn't Jimmy John, was it?
No, it wasn't Jimmy John that time.
Was
that Jimmy John?
Baum? That was Jimmy John Baum, so we apologize to Johnette.
But she's here.
But she'll watch Tuesday night. 4:06 to go in the first half of the football game. Colts lead 14-0. They line up in a I formation. Now they're in quarterback. First time I've ever seen that. Quarterback walks out to his flanker and tells him
it's on 3.
And there's a delay of game. That'll be a 5-yard delay of game penalty against Indianola Academy. And that'll put the football back at about the 25-yard line. Makes it third down and 21.
Wonder if our Levy boys are listening tonight.
I'm sure they are. And Indianola Academy looks like they're going to call timeout. Timeout for Indianola Academy. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ.
Yeah.
Third down and 21 yards to go for the Indianola Academy Colonels. They trail 14-0. Need to say hello back in Clarksdale from Mr. Sheldon Van Cleve to Shaw Johnson. He's doing the radio up here at the Indianola Academy, and said to say hello to Beth and Shaw, so we did. McCoy, there's a fake, is going to throw the footballs in a whole lot of trouble. It's going to be run down by Sparky Luster back inside the 15-yard line at about the 12, and it's going to bring up 4th down in a long, long way. McCoy, there's a fake, is going to throw the footballs in a whole lot of trouble. It's going to be run down by Sparky Luster back inside the 15-yard line at about the 12, and it's going to bring up 4th down in a long, long way.
Indianola's success in the last 2 possessions has been in moving backwards. Colts have really been charging and really been swarming to the ball.
That was Sparky Luster all over him that time. Pass rusher supreme, Sparky Luster. Taylor Howell will be standing at about Indianola Academy's 42-yard line, waiting for McCoy's punt. 3:10 to go in the first half of the football game. Colts lead 14-0. Going to try to add to that before the half is over. McCoy's kick is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a terrible kick. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Colts will have it 1st down and 10 yards to go inside of Indianola Academy territory at their 32.
Leading 14-0 with 3 minutes, just over 2:58 remaining in the first half. So Lee Academy takes over. Excellent field position. Bradley Lunsford out, taking charge of the club.
And Colts break huddle. And we've got Taylor Howell and Dooley, and they're split behind Lunsford. Tight ends lined up on the right-hand side. Lunsford's under center, straight back to throw. Looking, is going to be sacked. Back out past the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And don't want Mr. Lunsford to be under too much rush tonight as he's nursing a severely hurt ankle. A loss of about 5 on the play, make it 2nd down and 15 yards to go. Dove season opens tomorrow, Rich. I know you're excited.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait.
Have you got a hunting license, Rich?
No, and I'm not going to get one. I mean, who wants to go shoot doves in 100-degree weather?
There's a draw play to Taylor Howell. Taylor Howell fights out inside, back inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 33. Gain of about 4 on the play. Got most of the yardage back lost on the last play. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first half of the football game. Colts lead 14-0. Very sloppily played first half. And I tell you, I really would hate to be the Lee Academy Colt football team in the dressing room with Coach Ricky Weiss at half.
He's going to have a few words for him. You got your hunting license?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Wide receivers right and left. And there's a handoff off right tackle to Taylor Howell. Taylor Howell fights inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. We got to get to about the 21-yard line for a 1st down. They're going to bring up 4th down and about 8. Minute 36 to go in the first half of the football game. Colts will go for this, I'm sure. 4th down and 8 yards to go, leading 14-0. Clock is moving. Colts call timeout. Timeout is called on the field on behalf of the Lee Academy Colts. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Minute and 24 seconds to go in the first half. Straight back to throw and looking, and Lunsford's going to be sacked again. That was going to be a hook and go to Jimmy John Baum, and they sniffed it out. And Lunsford was tackled back out over the 35-yard line to 36. And Indianola Academy will take over at that point with 1:17 to go in the first half, trailing 14-0. Trailing 14-0. McCoy gets into the game with a play from Coach Darren Bowling, and they break huddle. Colts line up in a 4-man front with 4 linebackers, and they've got 3 wide receivers lined up on the left-hand side. And McCoy is going to give the football back the other way to McLean, and McLean is going to get 1st down, very close to 1st down yardage, out over the 45-yard line of the 46. Going to be short of the 1st down by about a half a yard, it looks like. 1 minute exactly to go in the first half.
Looks like they're going to spot the ball just across.
And they're going to give him the first down.
The first down.
1st down and 10 yards to go for Indianola Academy as they stop the clock to set the chains. 57 seconds to go in the first half. McCoy. There's a flag on the play, and they're going to be guilty of illegal procedure as a youngster for Indianola Academy jumped just prior to the snap. 49 seconds to go in the first half of the football game. That'll be a 5-yard step off against Indianola. A dead ball foul, no need to talk to the captain. Puts the football back at the 40, make it first down and 15 yards to go for the Colonels.
Trailing 14-0 here as the seconds tick off in the first half. What seems to be a long first half, too, to me. I don't know.
Dark first half, too.
It has been a dark, particularly on that side of the field. It's a good thing the moon's shining, though.
Absolutely.
It'd be a lot darker.
McCoy gives the football on a little play to McLean. He breaks a couple of tackles, but is going to be knocked down short of the 45-yard line at about the 44. Hayden Glenn Hall, along with Caleb Donovan and Bobby Spinks in there for the Colts. And that's probably going to be the, nope, they're going to call timeout. We'll just keep it right here with 11 seconds to go in the first half, Rich. Colts leading 14-0.
14-0 lead by the Colts, and really should be a little bit better than that. I don't think Coach Weiss and the staff's going to be really happy about what they've seen so far in the first half. As you said, it just looks like we're having a difficult time kind of getting in sync here.
A little bit out of sync tonight.
A little bit out of sync tonight. Indianola Academy coming off a victory last week against Kruger-Chula Academy. Even their record to 1-1. Of course, 2 weeks ago they lost to Kirk. I think you witnessed that ball game.
34-6, I think, was that final.
And of course, last week Lee Academy was at Kirk and defeated Kirk Academy
28-7.
28-7.
Kirk Academy is on the road tonight playing Winston Academy. A game in which the Clarion Ledger has picked them to lose, but they also picked Lee Academy to lose last week against
Kirk Academy.
Kirk Academy, so that may be good news for Kirk that they've been picked to lose.
We've got a party going on here, don't we?
Pretty good music playing now.
Yes, indeed.
11 seconds to go in the first half of this football game.
We got time for one, possibly two more plays, unless you're in Tiger Stadium at Baton Rouge.
And that's time enough to run the whole series. 14-0 to score. McCoy's under center with 11 seconds to go. Straight back to throw, looking. Coach getting pressure. Graydon Flowers, he's going to throw the foot. It's going to be intercepted by Joshua Brunt. And Joshua Brunt's looking for a block. Joshua Brunt's going to be run down from behind as the first half comes to a close. He ran the football back inside of Indianola Academy territory down to about the 41. McCoy's under center with 11 seconds to go. Straight back to throw, looking. Coach getting pressure. Graydon Flowers, he's going to throw the foot. It's going to be intercepted by Joshua Brunt. And Joshua Brunt's looking for a block. Joshua Brunt's going to be run down from behind as the first half comes to a close. He ran the football back inside of Indianola Academy territory down to about the 41. And Coach Ricky Weiss does not look happy walking off the field over there, Rich.
Well, it'll be some interesting halftime comments, I'm sure, from Coach Weiss and others. And we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half of play here, whether it's 14-0. Lee Academy leading Indianola.
Great. Taylor Howell and Spencer Foy are deep, and they're awaiting the kick from youngster for Indianola Academy. He gets the kick away, and they attempt a little semi-topped onside kick. Colts are going to, let's see what happens here. Looks like IA might have it, and they do. Lee Academy coach did not handle that little onside kick very well. IA just trying to kick the ball away from Taylor Howell, I believe, Rich, and youngster topped it, had a little overspin on it, took a great big hop. After about the second hop, Indianola Academy got on it. So the first half starts, and the second half starts the same way the first half starts, with a turnover on the kickoff.
Indianola will take it 1st and 10 from the Lee Academy 35-yard line as we start this second half of play.
And they line up in a one-back set. Quarterback McCoy gives the football straight ahead to number 10, McLean, and McLean is going to might have gained a yard on the play. Tackled by Dooley, along with Peter Williams, Hayden Glenn Hall, all in there for the Lee Academy Colts. Gain of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 9 yards to go. For second half just underway, Colts on top, 14-0.
Indianola, if you look at these stats, 21 times they rushed the ball for 7 yards.
That's decimal points.
That's a foot per carry, isn't it?
That's foot per carry. They had some big losses though right at the end of the second quarter. Quarterback McCoy is going to keep it on a bootleg, and he is going to get to the corner, and Chet Cook's going to knock him out of bounds as he gets inside of the 30-yard line down to about the 26. Quarterback McCoy is going to keep it on a bootleg, and he is going to get to the corner, and Chet Cook's going to knock him out of bounds as he gets inside of the 30-yard line down to about the 26. Going to be short of the first down by about a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1. Defensive end for the Colts on this side complaining about being held that time, Rich.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything about it, but I think he definitely was held. But nevertheless, we don't call the penalties.
3rd down, a little more than a yard to go for a 1st down. Indianola Academy driving after recovering an accidental onside kick to start the second half. They're in a straight eye formation. Quarterback McCoy gives it to the fullback Zapponi. He gets inside of gets at least to the 25-yard line, maybe just inside the 25. Going to be very, very close to a 1st down.
I think he's going to have a 1st down.
We'll wait and see where the spot is. They may have to measure this, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to have to measure it on 3rd down and less than a yard to go, 10:46 to go in the 3rd quarter of the football game. Colts on top, 14-0. Very sluggish first half for the Colts. Very sluggish beginning to the second half.
The opposite end of the nose of the football is sitting on the 25-yard line. You know, we had someone last year ask us what the other end of the football is from the nose.
That's right.
It looks like they're a little short, though, about 2 inches short.
They are short by about 2 inches. Going to bring up 4th down. So McCoy, number 18, left-handed quarterback for Indianola Academy. We get his play from Coach Bowling.
We send our goal line defense in.
We've got to take both outside linebackers out and bring in Matt Dodrell and Rhett Rusko. Some beef up front. Dodrell weighs in at 250. Rusko weighs in at 230. And they're in a straight eye formation, 2 tight ends. Left 4th down and less than a yard. McCoy, barking out his signals, is going to throw a pass, and the football is going to be caught. Going to fumble the ball, and Spencer Foy picks it up. Number 10, McLean, fumble the football. McCoy, barking out his signals, is going to throw a pass, and the football is going to be caught. Going to fumble the ball, and Spencer Foy picks it up. Number 10, McLean, fumble the football as they ran a great play, Rich. Lined up in a 2 tight end set, straight eye, faked the dive. Quarterback just pulled up. He was wide open.
Well, we had 11 men sitting within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, so, I mean, it was an obvious...
I don't know who that was that ran him down. Might have been Taylor Howell that ran him down, knocked the football loose, and Spencer Foy fell on it. Colts have got it 1st down and 10 yards to go from just outside their own goal line. Colts have it 1st and 10. Lunsford's got his backs in an I formation. See if the Colts have made any adjustments on their blocking scheme. There's a handoff to Taylor Howell, and he gets out close to the 5-yard line. How about a 99-yard drive, Rich?
That's what it's going to be if they go for a touchdown this time. Looks like Taylor got it out to the 4-yard line. Pickup of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for Lee Academy, moving the ball from the shadow of their own end zone.
Brett Solavila's in the football game, replacing Foy, the youngster that recovered the fumble. And Solavila will go wide to the left. Jimmy John Baum will go wide to the right. Dooley and Howell are split behind Lunsford. Tight ends lined up on the left-hand side. They're in a 5-man defensive front. Lunsford may be checking off. We'll give the football to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley's not going to get much. Might have fought out over the 5-yard line to about the 6-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Lee Academy Colts. 3rd down and about 5.
Just as this second half is getting underway here, Colts on top 14-0. Big break for the Colts, recovering a fumble after an almost certain touchdown.
9:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts break huddle in an I formation on 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Need a big play. They're in a 5-man front. Lunsford, Dooley close. Taylor Howell deep. They're showing a blitz. Lunsford may be checking off. We're going to give it straight up the middle of Taylor Howell, and Taylor Howell's in the secondary, and nobody will catch him, I don't think. Number 10, McLean's trying to run him down, but Taylor Howell's going to take it the distance for a touchdown. Colts lead 20-0 with 9 minutes exactly to go in the 3rd quarter of this football game. Lunsford may be checking off. We're going to give it straight up the middle of Taylor Howell, and Taylor Howell's in the secondary, and nobody will catch him, I don't think. Number 10, McLean's trying to run him down, but Taylor Howell's going to take it the distance for a touchdown. Colts lead 20-0 with 9 minutes exactly to go in the 3rd quarter of this football game.
I'm going to tell you what, that's a 95-yard run from scrimmage, and I don't know what the record for Lee Academy is, but it can't be much more than that.
Taylor Howell just brought it right up the middle and really was never touched, Rich.
It never was. Just
once
right
he broke the line of scrimmage, wasn't anybody within 10 yards of him, and Taylor Howell, who has excellent speed, took it the distance 95 yards. And Lee Academy coach will try to get Jimmy John Baum into the football game to attempt the 21st point. He's got his kicking strap on. Taylor Howell looks a little winded, Rich, as he's fixing to hold. Graydon Flowers will snap. Jimmy John Baum will attempt the kick. 9 minutes exactly to go in the 3rd period. We're awaiting the snap. If he drops this one, he has an excuse. Jimmy John Baum kicks it up. It's good. Colts lead 21-0. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt Football on WKDJ. John Baum has the football teed up at the 40. Chris McLean standing at about his own 5, awaiting the kick. The kick is away, and it's going to be fielded by McLean at about the 8-yard line. And he's coming right back up the middle, and Brett Solavila is going to make a nice stick. And he gets it out over the 25-yard line to the 26 before Solavila, coming down on his special teams, makes a nice hit. The kick is away, and it's going to be fielded by McLean at about the 8-yard line. And he's coming right back up the middle, and Brett Solavila is going to make a nice stick. And he gets it out over the 25-yard line to the 26 before Solavila, coming down on his special teams, makes a nice hit.
The kamikaze pilots of the kickoff team.
Well, the PA guys giving it to Antisi, but let me say this: if we do miss some numbers tonight, we are looking through about an 8-inch thick of glass that's got bugs all over it, and but that's another story. 8:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts lead 21-0, and they are going to run a pitch sweep to McLean, and McLean is going to get stopped short of the 30-yard line by the Lee Academy coach, led by Peter Williams. Let's give him 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Colts on top 21-0. Have not given up a touchdown on defense this year.
8:30 left in the 3rd quarter. 21-0 our score.
Kirk Academy scored last week on a 95-yard kickoff return. Indianola breaks huddle, looks a little confused. They've got McLean out of the football game. They line up in an I formation. McCoy is your quarterback. Now he shifts into a 1-back set. They bring motion back to the left. Colts are in a 4-man front. Inside handoff to number 9, and he's not going to get anything. Colts are all over him. The momentum of this football game has definitely changed since the fumble, Rich.
Oh, there's no question about it. When the Indianola Colonels recovered the kickoff to open the second half, you could sense a little bit of old Mo had jumped on their back. But when they threw that kind of a surprise pass, it went to the end zone almost, and it was fumbled as he was tackled, and Lee Academy recovered.
That was Jonas Bradley carrying that football. Was stopped for a loss of about 4 yards, 3 yards maybe. Caught it 3rd down and 11. McCoy gets into the football game with a play from Coach Bowling, and they break huddle. And they are in an I formation with a split receiver to the right. Now they shift a slot man over there. And McCoy straight back to throw. He's looking, throws the football deep downfield. It's going to be caught by number 82, Indianola Academy. That's John Dolahite. And Dolahite carries it the distance. That play is going to be about 75-yard play, Rich, with 6:59 to go in the third quarter. Indianola Academy has gotten on the board, and they trail now 21-6.
Well, John Dolahite just got down the far sidelines and had 2 steps on the Lee Academy defenders. Good throw that time from the quarterback and a good catch, and never missed a stride. Just took it right on the end of the end zone. Good play for Indianola.
Indianola Academy will get their extra point kick team into the football game, and they better hurry up. They're trying to. They're having trouble with if they use a shoestring to get their toe.
Well, they also had trouble getting the kicking tee in there.
We use a strap. I think they use a shoestring.
I think they're fixing to be penalized. I'm not sure.
And there it is. There's a 5-yard step off. McCoy looked like he was anticipating the penalty. He had the tee in his hand. And they'll set it down on the 15-yard line, so this will be a 25-yard extra point attempt by Luke Zapponi. Indianola has struck here in the third quarter. Snap is back. Kick is going to be short. Colts lead 21-6. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Deep to receive the kick off the foot of Cody Johnson, and he has it teed up at the 40. 6:59 to go in the third quarter. Colts are on top 21-6, but Indianola Academy has struck like lightning here midway through the third period on a 75-yard touchdown pass from McCoy to Dolahite, and now they have closed the gap. And there's another kind of a squib kick. It's going to be fielded and fell on by number 22 for the Lee Academy Colts. That's John Hayes, backup tight end. Falls on the football exactly like you're told to do. Colts take over first down and 10 yards to go from their own 33-yard line. People just won't kick it to Taylor, will they?
No, they're not going to kick it to Taylor. But Lee Academy will take over first and 10. 21-6 is the score here. Lee Academy on top, 6:56 to go in the third quarter of play.
Colts get Lunsford into the football game. So he's seen, I guess when that thing loosens up a little bit, Rich, gets a little better, doesn't it?
Maybe so, because he's definitely not appearing to limp.
Spencer Foy wide left. Jimmy John Baum is wide to the right. They're in a 5-man front. Colts are in a split backfield, and Lunsford is going to give the football to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley's up the middle, and Dooley's into Indianola Academy territory, but there's a flag on the play.
Dooley running the ball over the left side, got the ball down to the 40-yard line of the Colonels.
And Lunsford is going to give the football to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley's up the middle, and Dooley's into Indianola Academy territory, but there's a flag on the play.
Dooley running the ball over the left side, got the ball down to the 40-yard line of the Colonels. But it looks like it's going to be negated
against Lee Academy. That's a bunch of holding calls against us tonight.
That's 3 that I know of.
And that'll be a 10-yard step off from about the 37-yard line. And had it not been for the penalties, this game could have been out of hand. And there's a 10-yard step off for against the Lee Academy coach. Puts it back to the 26-yard line.
The Academy's got to go to about the 43-yard line for a first down.
First down and 17 yards to go. Clock is moving. Colts get Clark into the football game, replacing Jimmy John Baum. First and 17, Colts break huddle. Rhett Rusko leads the offensive line out, and Graydon Flowers, the tight ends, lined up on the right-hand side. Dooley's close. Taylor Howell's deep out of the eye, and they've gone to a four-man front, and we give it to Taylor Howell, and Taylor Howell fumbles the ball, but we're going to get on it. Ball went forward about 7 yards and was recovered out there by number 58. Looked like Sparky Luster fell on it. Or Rusko. They give it to Rusko.
Recovery made at about the 34-yard line, so it's positive yards on that play. Brings up second down now.
And 9.
Second and 9.
Clark goes wide to the left. Solovilo's wide to the right. Backs are split. Dooley and Howell. Lunsford's your quarterback. They're in a four-man front. They've changed defenses, Rich. Lunsford may be checking off. We're going to give it to the fullback, Dooley, and Dooley's going to fight out over the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Gain of a couple on the play. Clock is moving with 5:40 to go in the third quarter. Colts on top, 21-6. And there's a heat timeout, the first one of the second half. With this timeout, we're going to pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Third down and 7 yards to go for the Lee Academy Colts. 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Lunsford has his back split, and he's straight back in the pocket to throw, getting a blitz, and we throw it over the middle of the tight end, overthrew him. Had him wide open. They were in an all-out blitz. And our tight end released in the middle, and we just overthrew him, brings up fourth down.
Graydon Flowers about 10 yards downfield. He just, as you said, he was all by himself there. Bradley Lunsford just threw the ball a little bit high, and Flowers couldn't bring it down. So that brings up fourth down. Jimmy John Baum in to handle the punting for the Colts.
Will Childs, along with McLean, will get deep for the Indianola Academy Colonels. Jimmy John Baum is standing at about his own 22-yard line. Graydon Flowers is the snapper, gets a good snap back, and Jimmy John Baum gets a booming kick away that's going to drive Childs back to the 20. And Childs is in a whole lot of trouble, and Childs is going to be tackled, and there's a face mask. Coach grabbed his face mask, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty from about the 26, which will move the football out to about the 41-yard line. 5:18 to go in the third quarter. Everything bad that could happen to the Colts has happened this half.
And, you know, there really wasn't any need for that face mask that time. I know sometimes it's just unavoidable, but they had him going to the sidelines and three Colts converging on him. So he had nowhere to go. Just one of those unfortunate things that will happen.
15-yard step off against the Colts, moves it out to the 41-yard line. Indianola Academy takes over first down and 10 yards to go from that point. Last time they had it, they scored a touchdown.
On a nifty little pass.
Colts defense still remains in their four-man front. And Indianola Academy has backs in an I formation. McCoy. They shift into a one-back set now with three receivers on the right-hand side. And McCoy's going to give it to McLean. McLean gets to the corner and is going to be knocked down by Jimmy John Baum. But not before he picks up 9 or 10 yards on the play.
Tell you, it looks like he may have gotten the first down there. If you look where they're spotting the ball at about the 49-yard line, it's awful close to a first down, and they may very well give it to him.
And they did get a first down. 4:55 to go in the third quarter of the football game. Colts lead 21-6. They break huddle. Colts remain in their four-man front. They've got two receivers on this side. They're in an I formation. They'll shift to trip receivers on to the left side, one running back behind McCoy. And McCoy is going to run on a little sprint draw to McLean, and McLean is going to duck inside of our defensive end and going to pick up 2, maybe 3, 4 yards on the play before Peter Williams, along with Hayden Glenn Hall, knock him down. Let's give him 3 yards on the play, make it second down and 7 yards to go. Indianola Academy has seized momentum in this football game.
4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. 21-6 our score. But as you said, Indianola has things going their way at the moment.
McCoy gets a play from Coach Darren Bowley. And they better hurry up and get out of the huddle. They break huddle, send the wide receiver to the right, slot man to the right, tight ends lined up on the left-hand side. They shift into a trip receiver set, and there's a delay of game. Delay of game on the Indianola Academy Colonels will be a 5-yard step off, make it 2nd down and 12 yards to go. They're not getting their plays in the game quick enough, Rich.
No, they're not. Ball's moved back inside their 50-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down now from their own 49-yard line. They're going to have to move the ball down to about the Colts' 38-yard line for a 1st down.
They break huddle. Send the wide receiver to the right, slot to the right. Zapponi, the tight ends, lined up on the left. They shift into a trip receiver set on the right-hand side. They run a fake draw play. Now McCoy is going to looking, throw just going to be almost intercepted by Jimmy John Baum. Coach Hayden Glenn Hall putting great pressure on McCoy. Jimmy John Baum almost made a leaping interception. That might have been, that was Baum, wasn't it?
It was Jimmy John Baum.
Okay. Baum and Taylor and Chet Crook look so much alike out there in their uniforms, all wearing single-digit numbers, all great athletes. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
Incomplete pass, 3rd down now. 3rd and 12 for the Colonels.
They're slow getting out of the huddle again. They have a wide receiver right, slot to the right. They shift into a tripped formation to the right again. And McCoy is going to run a draw play to McLean. McLean's going to be tripped up. Might have gained 2 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 9.5 or 10 yards to go.
Going to move Indianola into a punting situation.
Colts get their punt receiving team into the football game. McCoy punts for them. Taylor Howell will get deep. Somehow I feel maybe have a long punt coming up. Long punt return coming up here, Rich. And they shift into a tight punt formation now. And McCoy awaiting the snap. Taylor Howell standing at about his 15-yard line. Gets the snap back and gets the kick away. And it's a driving kick that is going to go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. So they're just kicking away from Taylor Howell. They're just kicking the ball out of bounds and not giving him a chance to run the football. Same thing Kirk Academy did.
Lee Academy will take over. 2:44 to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-6. The score here from Indianola, Mississippi. Lee Academy on top.
Rich, I bet you J.A. don't kick away from him.
No, I bet they don't either. That'll happen next Friday night.
1st down and 10 yards to go for the Colts. Lunsford gets into the football game a little late. We'll have to get out of the huddle quick. We do. Jimmy John Baum goes wide to the right. Spencer Foy wide to the left. Dooley is close. Taylor Howell's deep out of the I formation. Flowers is lined up on the left, and they're in a 4-man front showing a blitz. There's a handoff to Taylor Howell. He got a little bit of a seam. Gets out close to the 30-yard line before he's tripped up. Gain of about 5 on the play. 2nd down. Let's give him 6 yards on the play. 2nd down and 4 yards to go.
Good job up front blocking by the Colts offensive line.
Jeffrey Clark's in the football game with a play from Coach Ricky Weiss. He's bringing out Baum. 2nd down and 4. Clark goes wide to the left. Spencer Foy will be in the slot to the left. Dooley's close. Howell's deep out of the I. They've gone back to a 5-man front now. And they're bringing everybody. And we're going to give it on misdirection to Taylor Howell. Taylor Howell makes a good move at the line of scrimmage and is going to get close to 1st down yardage as he just sheer speed got him to the outside, Rich. Just bounced it outside. That play was designed to go off left tackle. He just bounces outside and gets close to 1st down yardage.
It looks like he's got the 1st down to me from the angle of where we're sitting, but I think it is 1st down. They're moving the chains. 1st down
for the Colts. Taylor Howell shaking up just a little bit on the play. Getting a little wrap adjustment over there. Joshua Brunt will check into the football game, play tailback. The 190-pound sophomore had such a good game last week and scored a touchdown tonight. Minute 43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts on top 21-6. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Lunsford gives it to Brunt, and Brunt's going to be knocked back and might even lose a yard. Colts, they're just lining everybody up. They're putting 8 or 9 men up there to stop the run, Rich. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Jimmy John Baum checks into the game for the Colts, bringing out Clark.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if we didn't see a little tight end action.
2nd down and 9 yards to go. 1 minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Lunsford straight back to throw. Looks, throws it complete to Jimmy John Baum. Great block from Peter Williams. And Jimmy John Baum's down the sidelines. And Jimmy John Baum will score a touchdown. A little slip screen, Rich. They sent their weak side tackle, Peter Williams, out there, and a little slip screen, a little one-man screen for Jimmy John Baum. Lunsford straight back to throw. Looks, throws it complete to Jimmy John Baum. Great block from Peter Williams. And Jimmy John Baum's down the sidelines. And Jimmy John Baum will score a touchdown. A little slip screen, Rich. They sent their weak side tackle, Peter Williams, out there, and a little slip screen, a little one-man screen for Jimmy John Baum. He takes it the distance for a touchdown. Colts on top 27-6, 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Good play. No denying Jimmy John Baum once he got that little block from Peter Williams. Just right down the far sidelines, had his nose headed for the goal line, and that's where he wound up.
Jimmy John's pretty fast, isn't he?
He is fast. He's probably a step ahead of you.
He's a step ahead of me backwards. Taylor Howell will hold. Jimmy John Baum will kick. Graydon Flowers will snap. Colts lead 27-6 with 47 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Snap is back. Kick is up. Colts lead 28-6. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt Football on WKDJ. It looks as if Spencer Foy will handle the kickoff duties this time for the Lee Academy Colts. He's a left-footed soccer-style kicker. I guess that's the style you can say he uses, isn't it, Rich? Soccer style.
Soccer style.
Yeah. Anyway, he has it teed up at the 40. We're awaiting the referee's whistle. Spencer Foy kicks the football pretty nice kick. Gets the football fielded at about the 15-yard line by the youngster from Indianola Academy, and he is going to run the football out to about the 32-yard line. That's number 9 for IA. That's Jonas Bradley, and number 20 for Spencer Foy for the Colts, having a little cramp problem there. He reached out and grabbed his toes. That's always a sign it's a little bit of a cramp, Rich.
A little bit of a cramp when they reach out and grab those toes.
Youngster for IA having some cramp problems out there.
That's
we don't
right.
know who that is. I bet that's McLean because he was struggling a minute ago.
That's exactly what it is.
And nobody that's ever had one of them in your calf muscle can't really appreciate it.
Well, I tell you what, you're talking about pain. You want a little bit of this Twix bar that's left?
No.
When I
You slobbered all over it.
I didn't slobber all over it. I broke it off.
Logan Simmons, the big tackle for Indianola Academy, is youngster with a little bit of a cramp problem. 38 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter as he's walking off under his own power. And Colts get some fresh faces in on defense. I see Corey Lancaster in the football game. He'll play an outside linebacker, giving Jimmy John Baum a little rest. Brett Solovila's in the football game, playing one corner. He'll give Taylor Howell a rest. They line up in a trip formation to the left, one running back behind McCoy. He gives it straight ahead to McLean, and Peter Williams and Graydon Flowers are all over him, along with Joshua Brunt from his left outside linebacker position. Let's give him about a half a yard on the play. Call it 2nd down and 9 yards to go.
As the 3rd quarter is eking on down.
14 seconds to go. That will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. It is the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a 1-minute break for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt Football on WKDJ. Colonels. They line up in a trip formation left, one running back behind McCoy. – McCoy's back to throw. Looks going to be intercepted by Brunt, his 2nd of the night. And Brunt runs the football down inside of the 30-yard line, down to about the 24. And I don't think McCoy saw him, Rich.
I don't think he did either. Joshua Brunt having a whale of a game tonight.
McCoy's back to throw. Looks going to be intercepted by Brunt, his 2nd of the night. and Brunt runs the football down inside of the 30-yard line down to about the 24, and I don't think McCoy saw him, Rich.
I don't think he did either. Joshua Brunt having a whale of a game tonight. We've called his name out quite a bit. Lee Academy will take over, moving the ball from the Indianola 24-yard line, 1st and 10, as we have just started play in the 4th quarter.
Colts lead 28-6. Colts have got Philip Antisi into the football game at fullback. Joshua Brunt will play tailback. So second unit running backs are in the football game. Bradley Lunsford's under the center. Out of the I formation, they're in a 4-man front. And Lunsford's going to give the football to Antisi. And Antisi fights inside the 20 down to about the 19-yard line. So Colts getting the second unit running back some playing time here tonight. Gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7 yards to go.
Ball sitting at the 20-yard line of Indianola.
Rhett Rusko leads the offensive line out, and Graydon Flowers, the tight ends, lined up on the right-hand side. Antisi's the fullback. Joshua Brunt is the tailback on 2nd down and 7. Lunsford may be changing. Gives the ball on misdirection to Joshua Brunt. And Joshua Brunt runs into the end zone for a touchdown. Colts jump on top 34-6 as Lunsford may be changing. Gives the ball on misdirection to Joshua Brunt. And Joshua Brunt runs into the end zone for a touchdown. Colts jump on top 34-6 as Joshua Brunt, the 10th grade tailback, 190-pound 10th grade tailback, takes it the distance for the touchdown. Colts lead 34-6. And Jimmy John Baum will get into the football game to attempt the extra point. Taylor Howell will hold. Nope, looks like Spencer Foy is going to attempt the extra point. The left-footed soccer-style kicker, number 20, will attempt the extra point.
Out of the hole, but
Taylor Howell will hold. Graydon Flowers will snap. Snap is a little low. He kicks it up. He kicks it good. Colts lead 35-6. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colt football on WKDJ. Spencer Foy has the football teed up at the 40. McLean and Bradley are deep for the Indianola Academy Colonels, along with number 20, Brandon Allen. And Spencer Foy gets the high kick away that's going to bounce and going to be fielded by Bradley. And Bradley's going to be knocked down by Philip Antisi. Philip Antisi, special teams player select. And Spencer Foy gets the high kick away that's going to bounce and going to be fielded by Bradley. And Bradley's going to be knocked down by Philip Antisi. Philip Antisi, special teams player select. Knocks Bradley down inside the 25-yard line down at about the 22. Colts lead 35-6. Greg Whitaker, our engineer back in Clarksville, Mississippi, does a great job all the time. His dad, Mr. Pete Whitaker's birthday is today.
Is that Mr. Pete Whitaker over in Grenada?
Over in Grenada, Mississippi is today.
Well, happy birthday to Mr. Whitaker there. Greg, you be sure and tell him we
said hello to him.
Said hello to him.
McCoy is in the football game, and he brings his football team out in an I formation. Now they shift into a double wing formation, and McCoy is going to drop straight back in the pocket to throw. He's in trouble. He throws a football. It's going to be caught by number 80, Matthew Hodges, and that's where the coach, Chet Crook, knocks him down. Good. And McCoy is going to drop straight back in the pocket to throw. He's in trouble. He throws a football. It's going to be caught by number 80, Matthew Hodges, and that's where the coach, Chet Crook, knocks him down. Good coverage out there by Brunt.
Looks like he just showed him the 35-yard line.
And it is first down yardage for Indianola Academy.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for Indianola from their own 34-yard line.
Number 22, John Hayes, for the Lee Academy Colts, check into the football game. And he will play an inside linebacker position, along with number 62, Corey Lancaster.
I think 72, Brian Litton's in the ball game, too.
Straight back to throws McCoy. He looks. It's going to be overthrown, almost intercepted by Brett Solovila. Second down and 10 yards to go now for Indianola. They trail 35-6 with 9:39 to go in the football game. Coach got a lot of fresh players in the game.
They do.
Number 72, Brian Litton, is in the game.
Of course, Matt Dodgell's in the game.
I see number 63 for Lee Academy. That's Matthew Horton is checking into the football game. Number 66 is in for the Colts also. That's Mason Sanders at defensive end. McCoy barking out his signals, brings motion back to the right. There's a fake play, and he's looking, bootlegging, is going to throw the football. It's going to be caught by Luke Zapponi, and he's inside of Lee Academy Colt territory down to the 45-yard line before he's knocked down. Nifty bit of faking and a pretty good arm on this McCoy, Rich.
Not a bad arm at all. We've noticed that a couple of times tonight already.
McCoy is a 11th grader, 6 foot 160, so we got to look at him again next year.
Indianola has it 1st and 10 from the Lee Academy 46-yard line.
9 minutes to go in the football game. Of course, they've got to look at Joshua Brunt next year.
That's right. 1st and 10.
4-man front for the Colts. Number 30, Bill Joe Denton, is in the football game at outside linebacker. Denton. McCoy's back to throw, being chased by Sanders, getting away, looking, throws it. It's going to just throw it away. Mason Sanders, number 66, putting great pressure on the quarterback, McCoy. 8:34 to go in the football game. Colts lead 35-6.
Got a friendly clock operator.
Real friendly clock operator. 8:33 to go in the football game.
35-6 is the score.
Second down and 10. Number 16 for the Lee Academy Colts. That's Brennan Chapman, checks into the football game at defensive end. Colts got all fresh jerseys in the game now. And IA lines up in a trip receiver formation to the left. Now bring motion back to the right. McCoy is going to give the football to McLean. And McLean is going to be tackled down there by Corey Lancaster, along with number 23, Jeffrey Clark, for the Lee Academy Colts. Gain of about 3 on the play. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Colts lead 35-6, 8 minutes exactly to go in the football game.
It's kind of academic now.
The only thing in doubt is the ultimate margin of the Colt victory.
Turn out the lights.
Colts still in a 4-man front. McCoy under the center, barking out his signals, straight back in the pocket to throw. Looking, getting pressure from Brennan Chapman, gets away. Now McCoy's going to run it, and Bill Joe Denton, along with number 62, Corey Lancaster, number 63 for the Lee Academy Colts. That's Matthew Horton, all in the stop for the Colts. Number 22 in there also. That's John Hayes. Gets very close to first down yardage. They're going to give them a first down.
They're going to say it's first down.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Indianola Academy Colonels.
They'll get the chain set, the clock will start, and this ball game will be back in progress.
McCoy's under center. Trip receivers to the left. Colts in a 4-man front. McCoy straight back in the pocket to throw. Ought to be padding his stats now. And McCoy looking, throw just going to be caught by number 20 for the Indianola Academy Colonels. That is Brandon Allen. And Brandon Allen catches the football for first down yardage. Inside of Lee Academy's 20 down to about the 15-yard line. So McCoy padding his stats a little bit against Lee Academy's young kids. First down and 10 yards to go for the Colonels. They trail 35-6 with 6:50 to go in the football game. McCoy, on first down and 10 yards to go from the 15, is straight back in the pocket to throw. He's looking, is going to get a great block and is going to break away and is going to fight inside the 15-yard line down to about the 13 or the 14-yard line. For number 81, Benny Matthews, looks like Rich made the tackle for the Colts. So Benny Matthews is in the game at one of the outside of one of the cornerback slots, looks like.
Flag thrown on that play, Albert.
And there was a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be against Indianola.
I think it's going to be motion. Be a motion penalty. We'll replay that down.
First down and 15 yards to go with 6.5 minutes to go in the football game.
From Indianola.
We're going to get us something to eat when the game's over.
You want to go to where? Burger King?
Going to go to Burger King.
Are we supposed to say those things like that on the air?
Well,
it's okay.
Or we can go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or Subway.
Or Wendy's?
Or Wendy's.
Okay.
Number 20 for Indianola Academy, Brandon Allen takes it off left tackle and runs the football inside of the 15-yard line down to about the 11-yard line. Brings up second down at about 7 yards to go. Picked up about 8 yards on the play.
5:48 to go in the game. Clock running.
Indianola Academy, McCoy runs a pitch sweep to McLean. Colts are coming up. Nice play up there from his left cornerback position. That's number 85 for the Lee Academy Colts. That's Jake Mitchell.
Jake Mitchell coming up doing a good job.
Don't know if he's playing corner or outside linebacker, but he did a dang good job.
Sophomore, 5'6", 155 pounds. Is Jake Mitchell just a sophomore?
Yep. Third down and 4 yards to go. What's the program say, Rick?
It says 10th grade, but I thought he was a junior.
Third and 4 for IA. 4:56 to go in the football game. And McCoy is just going to fake it and run the football. Is going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. 35-12 is now the score with 4:45 to go in the football game, but there's a flag on the play, and that touchdown is going to be called back. Holding against the Indianola Academy Colonels will negate the Indianola Academy Colonels' second touchdown of the night. And that's the 10-yard step off.
If you'll just watch these little hand signals I give you, I mean, that usually indicates.
It looks like you're casting a fishing rod.
Right, but that's throwing a flag.
Oh, that means from now on, that's what that means?
Throwing a flag.
That means flag.
See,
okay.
Sometimes you get so wrapped up in what's going on.
Once again, is this one to clean here? Huh?
What?
Is this one to clean?
No, you put me in the bad spot tonight.
35-6 is the score. 4:30 to go in the football game. McCoy looking, is going to throw the football down into the end zone. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Luton Zaponi catches the ball for a touchdown. McCoy throws for a touchdown with 4:20 to go in the football game as they've made it 35-12. So IA will go for 2 here, I'm sure, to try to make it 35-14. Colts get their first unit defense back into the football game. And I have a little suggestion for Coach Bowling. You better put his second unit in the next time.
Why do you say that? You just have a feeling?
Allen gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and it makes it 35-14. We pause 1 minute for this word from our sponsors. This is Lee Academy Colts football on WKDJ. 40 Lee Academy Colts have got their onside kick receiving team into the football game, which means we are expecting an onside kick, and I'm sure that's what we'll get. See Taylor Howell, Brett Solovilla, Jake Mitchell.
Kevin Dooley.
Kevin Dooley all up on the front line. Graydon Flowers is right in the center. Jeffrey Clark. All of our receivers and hands people are up front. Benny Matthews, Jimmy John Baum, Spencer Foy. That's all of them, isn't it, Rich?
That's it.
And here comes the kick, and the kick is away. And it's going to be fielded by Chet Crook at about the 16-yard line. Chet Crook trying to get a little bit of running room. Comes out over the 30-yard line to about the 33-yard line. Colts will take over first down and 10 yards to go at their own 33-yard line.
4 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the ball game from Indianola.
Colts have Coleman Middleton into the game, getting a lot of fresh jerseys into the football game. Looks like Spencer Foy is going to be the quarterback.
Spencer Foy is the quarterback. He'll move it first and 10 from the 32-yard line. Their own 32-yard line.
Kevin Dooley is close. Joshua Brunt is deep. And Spencer Foy, looking at a 4-man Indianola Academy front, is barking out his signals. And there's a delay of game. Colts were late getting a play into the game with 3:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Rather sloppy here football game here tonight, Rich.
Well, it is and has been.
Clint Walton's in the football game, number 80. He's a wide receiver, 5'5", 150-pound 10th grader.
Coleman Middleton, as you said. Matt Daltrell's up front.
Michael Fondren's in the football game, play tight end. Son of Wade and Michelle Fondren. Older brother of Hunter Fondren. Foy barking out his signals, gives the football to the fullback Dooley. Dooley fights out to the 30 to about the 32.5-yard line.
Brian Litton, number 72, playing offensive.
That was Antisi, they say now.
Antisi running the ball.
The fullback. Coach getting fresh wide receivers into the game. Brennan Chapman and number 81, Benny Matthews. It is Philip Antisi at fullback. Joshua Brunt at tailback. Second down and 10 yards to go for the Colts. There's another handoff to Antisi, and he breaks it at the line of scrimmage. Struggling and fighting and gets out over the 45-yard line to about the 48-yard line. So back up fullback Philip Antisi. Is Philip Antisi at fullback. Joshua Brunt at tailback. Second down and 10 yards to go for the Colts. There's another handoff to Antisi, and he breaks it at the line of scrimmage. Struggling and fighting and gets out over the 45-yard line to about the 48-yard line. So back up fullback Philip Antisi.
Getting a little playing time and showing what he's made of. Good.
Getting a good job. Broke his collarbone earlier in the summer, and is really just coming back.
Got a first down for the Colts right there. Move the ball up to the Colts 47-yard line, where they'll have it first and 10. 2:38 to go in this ball game. 35-14 is the score. Lee Academy on top.
Spencer Foy is under the center. Antisi's close. Joshua Brunt's deep out of the I formation. And they're in a 5-man front. And there's a pitch sweep to Joshua Brunt. And Brunt's going to get to the corner and going to break a tackle or two and going to fight inside the 45-yard line. The football was fumbled, and it looks like that Lee Academy got back on it.
Football went one way. A helmet went flying another way. Lee Academy recovered the fumble. Clock still running.
With 2:15 to go in the game. A good clock operator would have already had this game over with. Second down and about 4 yards to go for the Colts. Colts break huddle. Send Coleman Middleton wide to the left. Clinton Walton will slot to the left. Antisi's close. Brunt's deep out of the eye. Spencer Foy is your quarterback. He gives the football to Antisi, and Antisi drags a couple of players down inside the 45-yard line, down to about the 43.5-yard line, very close to first down yardage.
Looks like it's going to be short by about a yard, though. Looks like it's going to be third down and 1.
And less than a yard to go. Maybe get 2 more plays in the game. Colts lead 35-14. Everybody on the sidelines has played tonight, Rich.
Yep.
Which is good. Bill Joe Denton is in the football game at tailback now for the Colts, it looks like. Illegal substitution against the Colts. We had 12 men in the huddle. I believe that's Denton, isn't it, Rich? Has taken Joshua Brunt out of the game. Number 30.
Number 30.
Bill Joe Denton is in the football game at tailback. Third down and 5 yards to go. 3rd and 6. Clock is running. They want to get Bill Joe a carry. Michael Fondren gets back into the football game with a play from Coach Ricky Weiss. Football game's almost over. Maybe the last play. Spencer Foy is under the center. Antese is close. Bill Joe Denton is deep out of the I formation. And there's a handoff to Bill Joe. And he's going to be stopped after maybe gaining a yard on the play. 28 seconds. That should be the last play of the game. Spencer Foy is under the center. Antese is close. Bill Joe Denton is deep out of the I formation. And there's a handoff to Bill Joe. And he's going to be stopped after maybe gaining a yard on the play. 28 seconds. That should be the last play of the game. Colts are going to win this football game 35-14, Rich. We're on the air next week at 7:20 as the Colts play host to the Jackson Academy Raiders. And they're finally going to come to the Delta.
Want to urge everybody to be out there.
Everybody needs to come. Everybody needs to wear green. Wear something green to the football game. Look like a sea of green in the stands. Football game is over. Colts win 35-14.